This is Iowa's News Now Sports with Owen Sebring.
The Big 12 stranglehold on college basketball continues this week with 6 teams, a full 60% of the conference ranked in the top 25, 7 in line for the NCAA tournament. West Virginia is one of the few conference teams likely on the outside looking in, needing some quality wins if they want a spot in the postseason. Cyclones up to 11th in the polls after that win over Kansas. Yeah, this is a men's ball. Everything's in order here. Look who's balling out there for the Mountaineers. Joe Toussaint, former Hawkeye, transferred to Morgantown prior to the season, gives the Neers a 13-point lead. Cyclones only had one lead in the first half when it was 2-0. Caleb Grill fires off a three-pointer in transition to cut it to 5, 36-30 WVU at the break. Midway through the second quarter, the Clones are down 2. Grill's popping off again, their first lead since the opening minutes of the game. Grill had 13. Down 1 now with 90 seconds left. Jaron Holmes driving the lane for the lead. 18 points for Holmes, but ultimately Toussaint is the one who ices it. A couple late free throws. He had 8 points off the bench. Cyclone Twitter not pleased with the officiating. 50 combined fouls, 31 called on ISU. Their most in Big 12 games since 2001, and another puzzling loss for the Cyclones. Let's head over to Johnson Hall, where Kirkwood's ranked in the top 5 nationally in the men's and women's polls. March down here for a doubleheader. Nice moves down to the paint from Angus Olay. Been practicing those over at the M-Town YMCA. Tigers with an 8-point lead midway through the second. With the answer, peep the dish here from Noah King to Justin Recker. 2 of his game-high 15 and a trip to the stripe. Eagles chipping and chirping away. Next possession, it's King. Float game. Working for him, his first points of the night. King 0, didn't score a single point over the first 28 minutes, but at the halfway point in the second, scores 8 straight. Kirkwood barely hangs on in a game where they would have been heavily favored. The 6th straight win for the Wood. The Kirkwood women are approaching a career milestone for Coach Kim Moole. More on that in a minute. Zakayla Evans gets a steal and finds Alicia Patterson for the easy layup. Part of a 38-0 run for the Eagles. I'll say that again, a 38-0 run by Kirkwood in the first half. In the second, different quarter, same story. Michaela Mao with a baseline J. Kirkwood beats the now 0-19 Tigers, 121-43, gives Coach Moole his 999th win of his career. He's about to become just a 3rd JUCO coach all time to reach 1,000 wins. Going to get it on the road this Saturday against Ellsworth. Oh, but Owen, how could you possibly know that already? Yeah, just trust me on this one. Well, today the NFL announced its list of invites sent for the draft combine in less than a month. 319 college players invited, 5 coming from Iowa City, Sam Laporta, and 4 defensive players from a unit that was one of the best in the country. A recent projection on ESPN had Lucas Van Ness going 18th overall to the Lions. Iowa State has 4 players invited to this year's combine, highlighted by Will McDonald, who's projected to go in the middle of the second. Xavier Hutchinson hoping to follow a line of talented Cyclone wide receivers after Alan Lazard and Hakeem Butler. Hawkeye football team gets a nice addition to the linebacker core after the loss of Jack Campbell, Seth Benson, and Justin Jacobs. Virginia transfer Nick Jackson announced that he's coming to Iowa. Jackson started 3 seasons for the Cavaliers, 100-plus tackles each of the last 2 seasons, 5 sacks, 4 pass breakups last year. Jackson's regarded as a 4-star level transfer player coming from the Cavaliers. And down at Extreme Arena, Heartlanders mired in a rough season, looking for just their 10th win of the year. Early first period, Jordan Martin trying to wrap this one around the goalkeeper, but no dice for the Heartlanders. And late in the period, the ended Fuel getting a good look on goal, but Hunter Jones stays alert between the sticks. Fuel kept knocking on the door. And in the third, the walls come down as the Heartlanders concede 4 goals, losing 4-1. And the Heartlanders have the 2nd worst record right now in the ECHL. That's it for sports tonight. We're going to be right back with a final look at your weather.